Hello, Word Pathfinder, welcome. This week in our character ethics campaign, the secret of top 1%, I'm excited, to be bringing the leadership principle, criticism. It's not what many people want to hear, but I'm happy to bring. I'm also excited that, we are in week 38 of our 40 weeks campaign. Exciting. I didn't know that I'll have the discipline to come this far, but so far it's been a very exciting journey. So what is criticism? A lot of people hate it. I hate it is the word I hear from a lot of people when, they come across the word criticism. Why is it so? Because criticism is the act of analyzing or passing judgment on people. Act of analyzing. Nobody likes to be analyzed. Nobody likes judgment to be passed on them. However, as uncomfortable as criticism may seem, all of us can benefit in our business, in our personal life, by receiving them. Anytime you receive criticism, if you know how to handle it very well, you can benefit from them. Why? Because one of the greatest sources of feedback for improvement, for growth, and for character development is what? Is criticism. Criticism is one of the greatest sources for feedback for improvement, feedback for growth, and feedback for character development. So if all of us want to grow and have a great life, we must be prepared to listen to critics. Might not like them, but we must be prepared to listen to them. Very important. Some of us may think that all criticism is just a negative approach to things. I agree with you. Yes, you are very correct. It may be a negative approach to things, but there's a lot of positive to it. And so we must have the open mind, to always receive them and find the positive for them in them. The whole goal is for what? For improvement, for character development. So to say that all criticism is wrong is the same as saying that we cannot bring correction to anything. We are saying that we are perfect and everything around us is perfect and there's no need for improvement. So when you say all criticisms are wrong, you are saying that everything around you is perfect and there's no need for, improvement. However, nothing in life is perfect. Everything in life, including you, including your business, including your product, can be what? Can be improved. Nobody likes critics, I said that before, but we can learn from them. Very important. We can do what? We can learn from them. What critics says may be true, so we should always be open to receive them. They might be bringing us the fact that we are not conversant with. They might be showing us an area of our life that we are not taking account of. So it's important that every time we must do what? We must listen and be open, to what critics are saying. A critic is usually branded as a fault finder with a rotten attitude, with a bad attitude. But in most cases, he's not listened to just because of that, because of his approach. They say he has a bad attitude, nobody listens to him. But we should be thankful for the critics. Why? Because at least they have the nerve, they have the courage to tell us what they think. Other people may feel the same way about us, but we never have the courage to confront us, denying us the opportunity to grow. So you must be thankful that you have critics in life because they have the courage to tell you what other people around you don't have the courage to say. So that, so they give us what? Opportunity to grow that other people deny us of. That's why we need to be grateful about them. If we accept criticism, all of us will profit. On one hand, the things they bring to us may be true. On the other hand, it may not be true. But either way, it is an opportunity to take a second look at what they are saying for the goal of what? Of improvement. The goal must be that, let me see what they are saying and let me see how I can improve it. I just finished working on my book and I gave it to a lot of, people to get their perspective. And what I find out is that I got more value for improvement from people that criticize the work. So you find out that, criticism is a good opportunity for what? For improvement. So the value in criticism is in listening to what they are saying, listening to it, and not measuring it by the person that is giving it. So forget the messenger, focus on the message. That's how you can get the value in criticism. Yes, some criticism may stem from fault-finding people with a bad attitude. I agree with that. But we must still choose to carefully consider what they are saying, so that we can find an opportunity for what? For improvement. This is very important. It may be something that we need to hear that our friends will never have the courage to tell us. Very important. People around us may never have the courage to tell us what critics will tell us. So you need to take advantage of that, because you have a set of people that have the courage to tell you what other people around you may never be able to tell you. So when we are criticized, we need to look for the truth. We need to look for the correctness. We need to look for the legitimacy of what they are saying. Okay, that is what is important. Look for the truth in it. Look for the correctness in it. Look for the legitimacy in what they are saying. Very important. Criticism should not bother us. Okay, if we are committed to knowing the truth, that's what you are looking for. If we desire to improve and become a better person, it shouldn't bother us. So every time you are criticized, what are you looking for? You are looking for opportunity for what? For improvement. Criticism can be a very valuable tool for every one of us. Okay, but as valuable as it can be, why do you think that they always come across as somebody accusing us? They always come across as accusatory. Why is it so? It is because we discover, okay, that they are talking about an aspect of our life that we have not taken account of. We're not aware of it. So all of a sudden, somebody bring an aspect of your life that you never considered before, and you get what? You get uncomfortable. So that's why. So therefore, we need to pay attention to the things that they say and know that they are important information that can help us change, that can help us grow, that can help us mature. Very, very important. So let's look at the benefits of criticism. Okay, so what are the benefits of criticism? First, it makes us become wiser. Okay, if you embrace criticism, you will, for the purpose of growth and improvement, you will grow in wisdom. We can always learn from criticism, whether it is done well or is not done well. So it's an opportunity to do what? To get wiser. 2, we grow as a person and develop, okay, our character. When we embrace criticism, we grow as a person and we develop our character. When someone we admire give us, okay, the truth about ourselves, about things we are doing, we can gladly accept it. But when critics insult us, when they provoke us, when they make us uncomfortable, what happens? We immediately defend and justify. But listen to this. Whether there are people that you respect, or people that provokes you, people that insults you, people that make you uncomfortable, either way, criticism is an opportunity for what? For growth and for character development. So 3, when we embrace criticism, we gain good judgment. Okay, is a way to be able to analyze whether what they are saying is true or not. So what happens? You are learning how to judge correctly, how to gain good judgment about the information and fact, whether they are pleasing or not. So if we value the truth over the person presenting it, we are able to judge the criticism as either viable or not viable. In that case, you are able to process the information and make good judgment out of it. 4, the fourth benefit and the final benefit we'll look at today is that we become good listeners as we are able to analyze the information, especially, okay, listening to information that are not pleasant. So if we keep an open mind, what happens? We'll value critics. Why? Because we have the understanding that there is an opportunity, to take better action and build a more significant relationship. Very important. So you see opportunity, in criticism as opportunity to do what? To take a better action, to take an improved action and build relationship. So let's look at steps we can follow in taking or giving criticism. So because sometimes we can be the critics ourselves. So what are the steps you can take, okay, to be able to receive criticism? We take 2 of them. Then we look at 3 steps you can take in giving criticism. The first step to take in receiving criticism is take a look at the criticism that you are receiving. Is there any value? And ask yourself, is there any value? Is there any principle that you are breaking? Is there any of your life value or principle? Because every time that you break your value, you break your principle, you go against your values and your principle, what happens? You violate your principle and people will criticize you. Okay? So find out so that you can, make the adjustment. Okay? The criticism could be a warning sign that serves to bring about the right change at the right time. So find out whether you are breaking any of your values, whether you are breaking any of your principles. The second, approach to be able to receive criticism is receive the criticism and evaluate it. Remember we said analyze the message, not the messenger. The key is to realize that there could be something useful in what they are saying. Okay, very important. Many times people don't receive criticism simply because of pride. So drop your pride and take good advantage of the criticism that is coming from critics, either in your product, in your attitude, in your action, in your thought, in whatever it is. Just take the feedback and be able to improve. So let's look at how you can also improve in giving criticism. When you give criticism yourself to others, do it privately. Very important. Do it what? Privately. You will get more value. You will pass your message across if you do it privately. No one likes to be singled out or humiliated. So you need to do it privately. 2, use the sandwich approach. Okay, this is very important. Anytime you are giving feedback, especially feedback that are hard and negative, use the sandwich approach. So you have the bread on top, the bread under, you have the meat in between. So the bread is the first compliment that you give. You say something true and good about the person. Then you give that negative feedback, which is the bread. Then you end it with a compliment, of what the guy has done that is good. So when you mix the negative feedback, sandwich them in between, 2 positive feedback, people are able to receive it better. So recognize and say what is valuable in that person before showing them the need, to make adjustment. Very important. 5, give justification for your criticism. That makes your criticism constructive. I'm saying that if you do, if you carry out this scheme, these are the benefits. So what you show the benefit that that you are bringing them, that the change that you are recommending will bring about, So once you show the benefit, you give reason and justification for it, what happens? People are able to accept it. Why? Because they know that you are doing it for their good. Then 6, and finally, be objective. Just say what you see that is wrong, Don't get emotional, don't get personal. After you show what needs to be changed, you can say that you don't know why, they make that decision. They might have a reason for it. What are you doing there? You are opening up, a channel, for communication without, being judgmental. So they don't feel that you are accusing them. They don't think that you are judging them. They think that you are giving them feedback and you want them to improve. So as I conclude, we need to know this. Everyone who has an honest heart that really wants to learn and grow should be open to criticism and even ask for people to analyze them. So what I'm saying is that be intentional to subject yourself, to subject your work, to subject your product to criticism so that you can get feedback for what? For improvement. That is very important because criticism helps us to improve. It makes it easier for others to make observation if you ask them, and they will give us answers that will cause us to improve. So for some people, if you don't ask them, they won't give you, and you won't get the benefit of their perspective. So sometimes you can ask people to intentionally, criticize what you are doing, so for the purpose of improvement. A mature person is not offended with criticism. Very important. That does not mean that they necessarily agree with everything that you said. As I close, but they don't get offended. They don't agree, but they don't get offended because they honestly want to know and understand the truth and understand where you are coming from. Those who get offended with criticism become negative and slow down their growth instead of taking advantage of criticism and growing faster. Therefore, be grateful for the critics because it takes courage for someone to tell you what they think. Thank you for your time. I hope this was valuable. If you find it valuable, please share it with anybody you think that this will be valuable to. And if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next week. Thank you for your time, and do have a great week.